What's going on, everybody? Welcome to Yanni Got the Goods.
And I'm Yanni, and apparently I've got the goods.
But today we've got an incredible story as well as some incredible guests that we're going to be talking about the party that was actually heard about around the world. That was the famous Anmore party. We've got the person that helped organize the event and the host of the event. We're going to be talking about in depth exactly what happened about this party and why it was such a big deal that many places all over, countries all over the world were actually talking about this event. So stay tuned. I think you're going to enjoy this.
Well, it was like something out of a music video. Hundreds of partygoers, a dozen luxury vehicles, and even helicopters at a big bash in the small village of Anmore. The mayor says it got out of hand and wants answers.
Doing an interview with Global 5 minutes ago, and some guy drives by while we're on air. He's like, dude, that was an awesome party.
Said, no, nothing's out of hand, so there's no reason to shut it down.
The entire street was covered in cars. There's a boat for some reason.
Sighting is definitely the key.
The mayor questions whether choppers are even allowed to land in a residence.
It's a pretty serious situation with that.
My name's Justin. I'm the Anmore host party, I guess that's why we're here today. Well, I seen Rees did a helicopter party before, so that was a great idea, I thought. And then I moved into the Anmore Mansion, this beautiful $6 million mansion, and I just had the idea like on the fourth day I was there. And I told a couple of people when I was drunk, I was like, one day we're gonna land a helicopter in the backyard, and it kind of just sparked from there.
So Rees's birthday was coming up, and if you know anything about Rees, his birthday parties are always a big deal. There's always something going on. One year we had a crazy boat cruise party. He jumped out of a helicopter. Huge mansion party, dead house, over 300 people in a giant 5,000 square foot apartment. This is the entire floor. The elevators went up to the place, okay?
I thought about it like on the fourth day that I lived there, so it was manifesting in my head for the whole time that I was there. And we were there for a year. When you move out of a place, you have to pay to get it cleaned. So if I'm gonna pay to get the place cleaned, I was like, let's have a party. And Rees's birthday was basically right on the day after that we had to move out. So I got permission from the landlord, said I wanted to have a party. They gave me permission, so we had the party. I got an extension for a couple days so we can have the party and then clean up, and really that's how it started.
Kind of evolved from a couple different parties that I had in the past. I always try and think outside the box. My dad's a helicopter pilot, so I've always been interested in helicopters. I've always thought they're pretty awesome and was trained to jump out of a helicopter into the water. And hey, I'm Rees Cameron. I was the guy that had the birthday that decided to have a pool party at Justin's place, and me and almost 300 of my friends, and we ended up flying some helicopters in there.
Now he's like, we're gonna have this big, huge mansion party, but it's about 45 minutes away. It's outside of where we live, which is downtown Vancouver, the downtown core. And I'm like, okay, cool. Now I had nothing to do with actually organizing this party as well, other than actually just showing up, attending, and being a part of it.
Yeah, so we, just like anything, we kind of had an invite-only RSVP list. So we provided some transportation for people from downtown Vancouver to Anmore. People showed up in boats because there was right near a marina. They showed up by limos and they drove their own nice cars, and they also showed up by helicopter, and it worked out really well. I mean, it was a beautiful property, and we were actually able to get sponsors, and it was well done. It was well done in the end, for sure.
The party was sweet. One of the first sponsors was Gibson's Finest. So they started, and then like Nude Vodka came, and then Red Bull gave us their DJ booth, and then Russell gave us a whole bunch of beer. It just manifested into something crazy. There's about 22 different sponsors. The party really came together about 13 days before the actual event. So we put all of that together within 13 days. Rees gave me a call. He's like, yo,
Can we land helicopters in the backyard? And it was assessed by the pilots that we could do that. And
22 sponsors for this event.
we pulled it off. We pulled it off.
But generally what I end up doing is I somehow get involved in these parties, and I always end up doing something a little bit entertaining. So at this party, one of the ways to arrive was via helicopter. So the first helicopter dropped off the DJ, the second helicopter dropped off the birthday boy, and I'm like, you know what, I want to come on the third helicopter. So how do I really stand out? I was thinking about wearing some regular clothes, and we're like, dude, what are we gonna do? We gotta do something that's really gonna stand out. I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna pick up this most random outfit. I'm not gonna tell you what it is. You're gonna see it. And that's what I decided to jump out of.
The vibe was awesome, very cool. You know, everybody, all the girls in bikinis and high heels. I mean, it was definitely a show for a little sleepy town like Anmore. It was definitely something that they've never has never occurred before, which I didn't think about before we had it. But they had the police show up. They weren't sure what was going on initially, but everything was smoothed over. Justin did a great job of communicating things with the police. We invited them in and showed them that, you know, it was just a normal party, and just because we were flying helicopters in, it wasn't anything out of the ordinary.
Princess from Australia flew in there. Apparently one of the kids from Desperate Housewives was there. Like, just the guest list was just unbelievable. It was just super cool. Well, because people were parking, the place was riddled with Lamborghinis, so they parked in front of a fire hydrant, and Karen or Nancy called, so they had to come for that. So we moved the Lamborghini, and they left. The next time they came, there was an overdose from a guy. Apparently they got called because of the fire trucks.
There was one person, unfortunately, he did OD. This person was, number one, not invited to the party. And unfortunately for him, I hope he gets the help that he needs. But this is actually something that he does on a regular basis when he actually goes to events. And unfortunately, he loses control.
And then the third time there was helicopters. So
the big deal about this party was the helicopters. We've done tons of parties like this before, but add the helicopters in the mix, boom.
They came and they said, we had reports of helicopters. They said it's a private residence and we didn't break any laws. And they basically said, yeah, you know, you're right. Looks like our job is done here. So the party was gonna be shut down like 3 times. I got no fines. Nobody got any tickets. There were no 08s. There were nothing. So the reactions of the people is that they just really wanted to keep partying until the party was done, you know?
That's incredible.
Yeah.
Now, little did I know that there would be an image of me in the news, jumping out of a helicopter in this outfit, going international. We're talking my cousins in Greece saw it, had friends in Paris, France, Australian friends, all had seen this all go down. It's incredible.
Yeah, I mean, we hit the media outlets, about 27 different media outlets, you know, across the world. I did a few interviews. Justin did a few interviews. At the end, you know, they tried to spin it off as like kind of an Animal House party with a bunch of young kids trashing the place and all this stuff.
The media just had a heyday with it. They really spun it in a terrible way because, like I said before, there was a guy that had an overdose. So fortunately, we had 2 nalotoxin kits. We had 2 of those and we helped him out with that, but we called the ambulance just for safety purposes. And the media just took that and spun it. Like, I would have said that like it was very good and responsible to have these kits on hand, but they spun it saying that he had an overdose and it was a terrible party. Like, I just really didn't get that. And then there was a couple people, I guess, that were concerned that we landed helicopters in the backyard. Apparently it's a big deal. I guess they don't see it every day.
And then the helicopter started to land, which is completely inappropriate.
You know, after the RCMP actually made a public statement on the news saying that you can actually land helicopters in the backyard.
We're not going to enforce things when there isn't a law being broken.
Kind of shutting down all the, you know, speculation from the mayor and everything that we had done nothing wrong. But we looked into it, the pilots looked into it. We actually did fly over a few times before the party. Everything was planned out. Safety was number one. We had people, you know, guiding people out of the way of the landing pad area. Everything was done properly.
Now, apparently, there's a big yellow dot on Anmore because Transportation Canada no longer allows them to land there.
But at the end of the day, no, we were very respectful. Nothing was broken.
Nobody actually got hurt at this party. There was no fines placed. It was actually a very responsible party.
All the people that were invited were friends of ours or friends of friends that we all knew. So everything went on without a hitch, kind of thing. So it was great.
Congratulations to us. We've like officially put Anmore on the map from this party. Nobody knew where it was before, and everybody knows where it is now. So, I mean, if your property value went up, send me a little bit of that check, because as if people aren't driving through your neighborhood now, like.
You know, behind the scenes of the party, there was like, you know, a lawsuit that came up and things like that that was tied to the popularity of the party. Nothing ever evolved from that lawsuit. It was more of something they filed to, you know, kind of get their condo rented, and so whatever reason it was, nothing ever evolved to that, other than, you know, my reputation was slandered a little bit. But at the end of the day, I mean, it was overall a very successful party. We did it safely, and we want to do it again in the future once COVID is gone and we're able to do this again. It was really fun.
And everybody came and had a good time. Yeah, it went exactly as expected.
Okay, so got goosebumps. It was like reliving that party, the moment, everything about it all over again. And probably the biggest question that a lot of people's minds are right now, we are dealing with COVID. And that's actually why the really interesting interview process that we had for this video. I really hope you enjoyed it. If you want to see more stuff like this, and along with incredible lifestyle and inspirational entertainment, all sorts of crazy things, please
Smash
the like button, subscribe,
and
feel free to comment down below. I will reply to you. Till then, stay tuned. Thanks for watching.
We do have something planned. It is in the works. We have the green light on it, as every other party in the past. It will be outside the box. It will be something some people are going to talk about. It will be exciting, but for now we're just going to have to wait till this virus is gone.